What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss an upcoming welterweight fight this Saturday in the UFC. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and to help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. Kelvin Gastelum taking on Daniel Rodriguez in a do or die fight, right? You have both guys in similar points in their careers. Let's not get it straight. Both phenomenal athletes, phenomenal careers in their own rights. But Kelvin finally back at 170, right? I want to start this off right now. Thank you, Kelvin, for going back down to 170, being at your true weight class. Even though it didn't go your way in the first fight back against Sean Brady, I still think that you still have a lot of success coming your way at 170, and you're still an instant contender. And that being said, 2-6 out of his last 8 fights. And if you know Kelvin Gastelum, burst onto the UFC scene 11 years ago, winning the Ultimate Fighter after being the very last pick on that season, went on to win the whole thing against Uriah Hall. It was like a running joke on the show that he liked to just eat. He liked to eat everything in sight. Like, he just loved food. And they were saying, well, fuck it. If he's still able to perform and he's still eating, just fucking let him do his thing, right? So that worked. He even started his UFC career at 170, but moved on to 185 and found a lot of success early on, finding finishes over Tim Kennedy, retiring Michael Bisping. I think he even retired Tim Kennedy, beating Jacare Souza. But then once he got up to the title contention aspect of that weight class, the loss to Izzy, Darren Till, Jack Hermanson, Robert Whitaker, Jared Cannonier, all guys who kind of equal his skill level but are just bigger, stronger, faster. Like, that's why there's weight classes for a reason. So Kelvin was, victim of his own success to a certain degree and, had a lot of inconsistencies. But I think that being said, still only 32 fucking years old, had a solid, the Chris Curtis fight had a lot of controversy, but he got a victory over a solid guy like Chris Curtis, dominated Ian Heinisch. But with him being only 32 years old, I still see a lot of success coming towards Kelvin Gastelum at welterweight. And going against Daniel Rodriguez, D-Rod, 37 years old, 2-fight losing streak. He was finished by Ian Gary back in 2023, May of 2023. He was finished by Neil Magny back in 2022. And he had that split decision victory over the Leech, which I remember that fight. I thought the Leech won that fight. I thought it was a bit of a robbery. But before that, man, D-Rod was just on this streak, beating guys like Kevin Lee, Mike Perry, Tim Means. He even had that fight over Dwight Grant where it wasn't looking good for him early, but he was able to rally back and get the finish later on in the first round. But it hasn't been the same since his fight with the Leech. And I don't know if it's like health, because I don't really think it's his age. I know he's had some hand surgeries. I think that might be playing into it. I think that he's just maybe just not healthy. And it's showing in his performances when now he's gotten himself against these ranked guys. And going against Kelvin, man, I think Kelvin's going to capitalize on that. I think Daniel Rodriguez, I think there's something off. There's been something off because he just lost it so fast. And now he's in the situation where, yes, he could definitely save his job and get himself right back into a good position over a guy like Kelvin Gastelum. But I think Kelvin, I think that his experience, his striking, his grappling, I think he's going to be too much for Daniel. I'm a big fan. I have been for a long time, and I don't think those losses at 185 are. The guy went out there and fought against the best fucking dudes out of his weight class for years, and had, even though there's still L's on his resume, relative success at certain points. Just there's weight classes for a fucking reason, right? But I think in this fight, I think Kelvin gets the job done. And if not by an early stoppage, I think it's going to be by decision. I think that he's just going to go out there and just put on a striking clinic. I think that he's probably going to make Daniel shoot for some takedowns. I think that Kelvin just got the wrestling defense to answer that as well. But nonetheless, I love this fight. It's a great fight. Both fighters backs against the wall. They need to make a statement to keep their jobs. And I think Kelvin's going to be the one to do that. All right, guys, let me know in the comment section what you guys think Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Please, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. Sorry, I don't have any fucking central AC, so I'm sweating my ass off. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.